we'll do our usual seated warm-up. Oh, it comes up on the screen and says recorded, doesn't it? Sorry. Should have done it before you sat down. If we roll our shoulders back and down. Lovely. And then come into a neutral position, and then maybe just taking the hands down rather than on the knees. We'll bow our heads, close our eyes, and take 5 full breaths in and out through the nose. Just using this time to settle and acknowledging the start of our practice. And keeping the word practice in the forefront of our minds. It's not supposed to be perfect. We're very much building up. And just remembering to be kind to your body and your mind as you move. Now, if you drop the chin right down towards the chest, start to roll it one way, then the other, and we'll build up a little until the ear rests towards each shoulder. Returning back to the center, blink the eyes open, hands then shift onto your knees, squeeze between our shoulders, lifting tall. And then shoulders to ears, chin to chest, rounding forward and down. Good. Inhaling, lifting it. Exhale. One more time. And forwards. Good. Now use your arms too. Open them wide, squeeze between shoulders. Wonderful. Arms up and over, chin to chest, reaching up. Good. And again. Lovely. Try above your head as you come down. So they're not going to drop in front. Lovely. And last one. Good. Then travel over towards one side, my all-time favorite stretch, and we'll do our shoulder release work too. So you're just going to kind of twist around the forearm, rotating the wrists a little bit, starting to lean forwards and then back out again. And you can make the movements as big or as small as you like. Lovely. And then doing the same on the other side. And it doesn't matter what height you come to on your arm, just make sure you feel comfortable. Again, just remember to also play around with the wrist and hand position because it's all interconnected, obviously, and that will just help to release. Good. And then all the way back up. Lovely. Okay, so you'll both want to spin around. And if we take our hands behind us, so our fingertips are going to point behind to start off with, and then we're going to switch them around. So you can choose which way you prefer the tabletop. Let's just start squeezing between our shoulders, pushing into the hands and trying to get the chest upright. Then take a deep breath in. As you exhale, press into your feet and slowly rise up, squeezing glutes to lift. Good. Breathing in. And breathing out, slowly back down. Wonderful. Switching your hands around, fingertips are going to point forward, squeeze between shoulders, chest comes up. I find a little bend in the elbow here helpful. Good. When ready, press into feet, nice and strong, lifting high. And exhaling slowly back down. Wonderful. Okay, so make sure your bottom is halfway along your mat, arms extend alongside. We're going to slowly lower down towards the ground. Lovely. When you get there, bring your knees in towards the chest and we can roll side to side a little. Good. So a bit of release for our hips here. So if this one works for you really well, by all means keep doing this, or you can take hold of your knees individually and make big sweeping circles with them. Good. So if you move the legs in the opposite direction to each other, you'll feel a stretch on the inner thighs as well. Good. And then placing left foot down, right foot's going to come across the top of the thigh, push the right knee away from you, and then just rolling over towards the left and back to the center. Yeah, and you can go as quick or as slow as you like. If you tend to find this a bit of a problem area, I'd go slower. Just going to warm up around the hip for us. So you can either continue this, or we can lift our head off the ground, reach through. You'll take around your thigh, or if the arms are a bit longer, maybe around the shin. Then see if you can relax the head back down as you draw the legs towards you. Good, keeping the right foot flexed. Left one doesn't matter. You can make circles with the ankle if you like with the left leg. Again, just gently encouraging right knee away from you, maybe rolling towards the left-hand side just a little bit. Tends to make it a bit stronger. Lovely, back to the middle, release, right foot down, left foot does the same, goes over the top, pushing left knee away from the chest, ensure left foot is flexed, and we roll towards the right hand side, and then back up. So this is keeping the right foot on the floor for now. Yeah, so just a little warm up one really. Perfect. And again, if you need to lift the head, you can to take hold behind the thigh or around the shin. Try and keep the length through the back of the neck as you encourage the legs closer towards you. Maybe rolling towards the right a little way just to deepen the stretch. Imagining you're pushing left sit bone further away from the face. Maybe circling your right ankle if you're not already. Fantastic. And then we'll come back to the center. Release out, bring both knees in towards you, and then closer towards the armpits, pulling the knees apart. So you can hold this if it feels good, or flex your feet, send them to the sky, happy baby, pulling the knees either side of the body. We want our legs pretty wide. Now, if your tailbone is tucked under here, so it kind of looks like this, where there's a bit of space underneath the lower back, you'll just stay still and hold and really breathe into it. If your tailbone's flat on the floor and your whole back is down, you can roll from side to side, which can feel quite nice. If the tailbone's lifted, it tends to just feel like you're rolling on the spine itself, which is counterproductive. Good. Lovely. Then we come back to the middle. Take the feet together. You're going to draw the head up and then pull the feet towards you. Draw the knees away from you. And as you push your feet into your hands, you might feel a little bit of a stretch around the collarbone area. You might not, but we'll just see. And then releasing the head back down. You're going to take your feet now close towards your bottom, they're hip distance apart. Hands reach down towards the hips or the feet, sliding shoulders underneath you so your chest is lifted off the ground. We press into the floor, start to roll up through each of your vertebrae. And then just as slowly come back down. So we're looking for our vertebrae to move one by one. So you go tailbone to shoulders on the way up, and then shoulders down to tailbone on the way down. And every time you lower, you think about using some core stability. Wonderful. Just taking one more. And then slide the hands underneath your bottom as you come down, so your kind of whole torso is lifted a little way off the ground. And we're going to bring our knees towards us, feet together, and then lift your legs up towards the sky. Good. Pointing out through toes, drawing lightly in, navel to spine. Let's lower down with our heels towards the floor. Then you're going to bend your knees as you come back in and extend up again. Good. So bending knees is obviously the easier option. If you want to, feeling quite strong there, just going up and down, keeping the legs straight. Good. And the hands under the bottom just help to ensure you target the abdominal muscles rather than relying on the lower back. Good. One more. Lovely. Knees in towards the chest again, rocking side to side, pushing the lower back down towards the ground here. Excellent. Hands draw alongside the body. We're going to lift our hips up and rock up. See if you can balance here. I'll be a no. Let's come back down and do it again. So we're going to really try to roll through each of the vertebrae. Yeah. Try using your hands behind the legs for a bit of support. And then rocking back up again. See if you can stabilize. Good. We're going to go one more time. So coming back and up. Yes, nailed it. And then arms draw alongside. We hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very nice. Crossing your legs, leaning forwards, shimmying the legs back, and then just coming onto your mat if you, like me, have rolled all the way off. Good. Yeah, so when we rock up, it's kind of a mix of things. It can just be lack of flexibility in the spine. It can be core strength. It can just be you're not used to the movement, really. So in our tabletop, let's start by just collapsing the shoulders towards the floor and then pushing away from the ground. So it's just the shoulders. Thinking about mobilizing here. And notice which variation you feel strongest in. And then evolve that into your cat and your cow. Lovely. Really pushing away as you breathe out, arching your back. Squeezing between shoulder blades as you come forwards. Wonderful. Good. Then tucking under through your toes, push yourself back to downward dog. Remember, you can keep a bend into the knee. And then just starting to straighten out, feeling the stretch in the backs of the legs, as much or as little as feels good. We're going to look between our hands, walk our feet up towards them. Hands back towards the feet when you get stuck. Holding onto elbows, do bend your knees as we rock side to side in Uttanasana, dropping the head down towards the floor. Lovely. Then pressing against your shins or thighs, lengthen forwards halfway. Exhale, come back down, hands to the floor. You're going to walk your feet out to a 45-degree angle, about mat width apart, and drop down into Malasana, your yoga squats. Yeah, so just do the best you can. We're going to use this more for strength than we are flexibility, but we'll just pause here and work our flexibility first. The deeper you can push against the knees with the elbows, the better. Wonderful. Then let's lift our hips up to halfway, send the chest forwards, elbows stay resting against knees. Hips in line with knees, hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly lower your bottom back down, coming into Malasana. Good. So if hips are really low to the floor, you can fall back. If not, you're going to use your hand one at a time and just support as you come down. Very good. Bringing knees together, coming to Navasana, pushing the feet away. Chest comes nice and close to the thighs. Good. Hold strong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Drawing in, navel to spine, we lower down. Good. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back up. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cross your legs. You're going to roll forward over your knees. Hands come down. Press onto the tops of your feet and shimmy back into your plank pose. Lovely. Now drop down knees, tops of toes. Chest comes forwards and slowly we lower down to the floor. Keep the feet down as you lower. Squeeze between shoulders, peeling up. And pushing all the way back, downward facing. So we're going to do another round just like that. We're looking between our hands, stepping our feet out into Malasana again, and dropping down with your hips. Good. So we'll just take 2 breaths before we come to strength. Wonderful. Now press, lift, elbows against knees, holding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lifting chest, holding strong. 1, 2, a little bit higher. 3, good. 4, 5. See if you can shift to the balls of your feet. Hold 1, good. 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly lower the heels back down, coming into Malasana. We'll take a break here. Again, if you're close, you can just lean down. If not, you might need to use your hands for support as we come around. Yeah, I wish it was an easier way to transition. Then we're going to take ourselves here to Navasana again. We've got one more round. Lovely. So really do think about bringing the knees close into the chest, lightly drawing in navel to spine. We'll go low. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back up. Lovely. Okay, so the next one's harder. You can either support behind your thighs and just straighten your legs here. It just depends on, or here, wherever you're able to straighten your legs. Or you can hold behind calves. Or if you want to try, you can hold your feet. But if there's a deep bend in the knee, it can feel a bit uncomfortable around the chest. The trick, once you've got hold, is not to fall around your chest. So you're going to really lift up and gaze towards the toes. Wonderful. Holding just a couple more breaths. Good. Challenge time. Keep your legs where they are. Release. Hold 1. Good. 2, 3, 4, 5. Flex your feet, slowly lower them down towards the ground. Good. Come up to sit. Remove flesh from sit bones. Well done. That was hard. I'm very impressed. We're going to bring our arms up alongside the ears and begin to hinge forwards towards the feet. We're doing this 5 times where we're lifting and folding. Try not to lean back. Just think about height, reaching up. Good. Wonderful. So if you can very easily hold your feet, by all means. If not, bend underneath your calves, hold them, and just kind of round yourself forwards. Lovely. Breathing in, lift, lengthen. Breathing out, come to sit. We're going to cross our legs in towards us. You want your feet nice and close to your bottom again. We're rolling forwards, coming to tops of feet. 1 step, 2 step, we're in our plank again. Good, drop down with 1 knee, roll to the inside of the back leg and open out, easy Vasisthasana, side plank, lovely. So actually, if you just look at the shape of where your knees are compared to mine, they're kind of here. That's going to be harder on the arm. It's not very nice. Try and bring it right underneath and focus on pushing this bottom hip further forward. Yeah. If it doesn't feel easier for you, don't worry. But then we can bring top arm alongside the ear. Maybe we look up. Then we're going to press into the top of our foot that we're balancing on and see if we can lift our back leg, lift our arm. And then crunching in, knee towards the elbow. Then extending back and releasing down. Good, so the trick is to move super slow. We're lifting high, knee to elbow, reaching back, lowering down. 1 more time. Lovely. Release. Come back into your plank pose. We'll do it on the other side. So obviously you'll be facing away. If you want to switch around, you're more than welcome to, but we don't have time to transition that in. Good, and we'll just start with a nice side stretch again where you're looking up underneath the arm, ensuring that your knee is roughly underneath the hip. It will make it easier for you. Wonderful, and then let's go again. So we're going to lift our foot, lift our arm. Lovely, and drawing in, opening out, and lowering down. Good, and again. Lovely, last round. Wonderful. Release the hand down, coming into our child's pose, knees out wide, big toes touch, bottom towards the heels, sliding hands forward, chest down, then head down. Press down into your hands, walk them towards you now. And then you'll just spin yourself around to come to sit. And we're going to end with another hip release. So if we come to Sukhasana, so this is not cross-legged where the feet are close to you. This one is where the shins are parallel to the top edge of the mat. Feet are flexed. So if you're inflexible around the hips, it tends to look more like this. And the more open they are, the further under your knees the feet will end up. And then some people can stack them, but I'm not going to teach that because I can't do it. Hips are not built that way. So we're going to take our hands down, we're lifting tall. And then if you just start to glide forward and to the side, imagine a piece of paper in a wind, you know how it kind of glides down and it will get slow, lower and lower towards the ground, towards the legs. And just noticing where you feel this around the hips. And then if you're happy, fairly low down, taking the forearms to the floor. And you can let your back round, it's fine. So then we want to try and relax everything around the lower half of the body. And then pressing into your hands, start to come back up. Wonderful. So we'll just switch the legs and do the same on the other side. And then you should feel it more on the opposite hip to before. And again, imagining you're that piece of paper, slowly bringing yourself closer to the legs. Taking the hands down in front of you, inhaling, lengthening, exhaling, surrendering down. Press down to your hands, start to come back up. Wonderful. So the heel is closest to you, bring it in either by the groin, or you can just extend the leg forwards, whatever feels better. And then we're going to bring the other leg towards us and just finish with a nice little rock the baby cradle to finish up. Yeah, lovely. Good. When that's feeling a little bit more release, see if you can start to straighten your leg. It doesn't have to straighten completely. We just want one last little pull on the back of the leg. See, maybe if you can sit taller, finding your balance. Pretty much half of what we were attempting earlier. Good. And then switching over, scooping up with the other leg. Fantastic. And then again, taking hold of foot or leg, starting to straighten it up. It doesn't have to straighten completely. And releasing down. Good. Come to a seated pose. We'll just rest our hands on our legs, sit tall, close eyes, 5 breaths to finish. Same as we started. Taking hands together, bowing the head, blinking the eyes open, and thanking yourself, taking the time out to practice today and to connect with your body. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye.